Hello, my name is Karen. I started Carnivore on the 13th of September 2024. It's been 2 weeks. I've lost 8 pounds. I started at 265 pounds. So being down 8 pounds in 2 weeks, I'm very happy. Of course, this is not a professional YouTube studio. This is my bathroom with my shower curtain behind me. I'm not here to entertain. I'm here to give information, share my journey, maybe encourage somebody else. I decided to go on Carnivore after my son-in-law a few weeks before the 13th. He was here, offered him a cinnamon roll, which I hadn't fixed in 2 years, which I used to fix when my kids lived at home, and they loved. And we had a big family gathering, and there was a request for my cinnamon rolls. Well, he refused. He said, "Oh, I'm on the carnivore diet." And I go, "Oh, okay." And he proceeded to explain it's an all-meat diet. Okay. Well, of course, several years ago, you had told me that somebody would go on an all-meat diet, that it would be healthy. I would have said, no way. No way that can be healthy. After a lifetime with struggle with weight, it's one thing I hadn't tried. So what did I have to lose? My first diet was in my sophomore year of high school in the early 70s. I went up to 175 pounds. I was normally between 140 and 145 pounds. I was 5'8.5", almost 5'9", in my height. So I look good at 140 pounds, 145 pounds, 24-inch waist. So I went on the Atkins diet, lost the weight, went back down to 140, 45. Stayed that weight until I got married in 1976. Instantly gained 5 to 10 pounds, cooking for my husband. And so the next problem I had was 1.5 years later when I got pregnant. And that was the end of being able to eat all I wanted and not gain weight. After being pregnant, couldn't do it anymore. Weight has always been a struggle since my first child. I got pregnant again 13 months later. So still had the weight from the first pregnancy, now had weight from after the second pregnancy. So I kept that for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years, and decided to do Weight Watchers. And I can't remember my weight back then, but I know I lost 40 pounds, so I must have been up to 190, 180 pounds. So back then, because I lost 40 pounds on Weight Watchers, so that would put me back down to 150, around the 150 range. So kept that off for 5-6 years. Started gaining weight again. By the time my third child was born, he's 8 years younger than my first. When I got pregnant with him, I was at 185. Right before he was born, I topped out at 265 pregnant. So I ended up having a lot of weight to lose after he was born. When I got back down to 185 after he was born, I couldn't wear my clothes that I had at that weight. My bones had expanded. My rib cage, my pelvis, everything expanded and didn't contract back. I was 36 years old by then, and no elasticity to the body. It just didn't want to go back. So I fought trying to get some more weight off, so I can fit into my clothes. In 2005, we moved to Texas. I was 240 pounds. I was active, did things, took care of everything, took care of the yard, took care of the house, worked part-time, did all that stuff. Stayed at 240 for years. And a few years ago, I hit 250. In 2020, when COVID hit, I went up and hit 300. I didn't go over 300, but I hit 300. In October of 2020, I got pneumonia. Was in the hospital for 16 days. Doctor said he was happy to see me turn the corner, and I said, oh, I had a corner to turn. Oh, thank you. Didn't know how serious it was. So I remained on O2, oxygen, for several months after that. Took a while to recover fully. Never really got back my mojo, is what I would call it. My motivation, my ambition, just hadn't really got it back. So do what I have to do. That's basically my lifestyle. If it has to be dealt with, has to be done, I do it. If I don't have to do anything, I'm happy just sitting and doing nothing and just being on my laptop. And it's even worse because my husband is disabled. He's had back surgeries and a neck surgery, and he's not in a wheelchair, but he's in pain a lot. And he bowls twice a week. I bowl once a week with him. Last year we bowled twice a week. This year I didn't want to do it. Comes home, sit down, and that's what he does. So it's easy for me to sit with him and do nothing else. I fix a dinner, take care of the laundry, do grocery shopping, come home, sit down with him. Back in the house, maybe once in a while, do the toilets, and that's it. I used to paint. I'm an artist, and it's been a struggle to get back into doing that. I just haven't had the motivation, not the mental frame of mind to do it. As the 13th, my health was not very good. I had been over 265. Went back down to 265, and that's the weight I started Carnivore on. My health was, I had an ear infection, was on amoxicillin for it, had a tooth on the same side that needed to be pulled. It was pulled last Wednesday. My dermatologist gave me a couple weeks before a cream, burned my face. My face was like leather from it. I have a dermatologist because I've had skin cancer. I had 2 spots across here and down, and then across here and here. I've had cancer removed, skin cancer. I also have a type of psoriasis. It's not exactly psoriasis, but it's a type of psoriasis, skin condition. It was popping out on my face here and here. I could feel the roughness and the bumpiness. You could just, it was bad. This is the remnant of the last pimple that I had when I started. I had a big one here, I had one here, I had one here, and I had one up here, and they're never come to head. They just get big and they hurt. And I would get them elsewhere on my body once in a while. So something was causing that. I was using a cane, still carry it with me, not actually leaning on it the last couple of days, but it's hard to sit down because I'm in pain when I go to sit down. The nerve going down my right leg is pinched. That showed up first, and then I noticed my back pain in the same side, so I definitely have a pinched nerve. It's lessened as far as walking. Again though, when I go to sit down, that sharp pain that goes through there. So I've had that issue. I had an ear infection in this ear after being sick in April. After that, I passed a kidney stone on my right side. Went into the hospital. Found out I have diverticulitis when they did the scan for the kidney stones. I have a hernia in my lower abdomen. I know I had, the cysts showed up on my kidneys, which I already knew because when they did the MRI on my lungs, the kidneys showed up on the MRI and showed the cysts, and the doctor saw that. Nobody's decided that I needed to do anything about them, so they're just there. What other health issues? Sinus. No, yeah, sinus. That's another thing. A lot of people mention snoring. I don't know if I'm snoring or not. My husband hasn't said so. He snores louder than me, I think. He says no. I snore louder, but I've noticed that I'm not having the sinus problems I had. I think that was probably doing with too much dairy. I'm drinking a lot of milk, eating a lot of cheese. We cut way back because of the expense of meat on the grocery bill and used cheese and everything. So cutting back on the cheese to just a 1/4 cup a day, hey, that's an achievement for us, because I was using at least 1 cup to 2 cups of cheese almost every day, putting it in something, pasta or whatever. So I've had my gallbladder out, so I don't have a gallbladder. Let's see, last year I had another tooth pulled on the other side. Couldn't afford to get it replaced. Back Backwaller told the dentist that I wasn't spending for $1,000 at age 69 for them to either just cap it or whatever. Hopefully I live to over 80. We'll see. But, so I don't have the time to lose. When I was on Weight Watchers, I would lose 1 pound 1 week and 1/2 pound the next. So I was averaging 5 pounds a month. So that would be 1.5, 2.5, 3, yeah, about 4 to 5. When you got 40 pounds to lose, that's a long time to stretch out and trying to stick on a certain regimen. So me losing 8 pounds this morning, getting on the scale and seeing I lost 8 pounds this morning was very encouraging. I don't have cravings, didn't have them, haven't cheated, strictly, well, I can't say cheated, depending on who you talk to about carnivore. I'm not religious about it, not a Pharisee where this is the strict rules. I found in my research, some people use spices, some people cut out dairy, some people add dairy in, some people have add an avocado in. I have a lot of avocado oil, and I've been using that along with butter to spray a pan or oil a pan with olive oil. It's easier than butter, and I haven't seen any adverse effects from it. My stomach was upset because of the antibiotics I was on for my ear infection. Every time I'm on amoxicillin, it's always upsetting my stomach and my intestines, and it causes diarrhea. So I knew, I've eaten steak and meat before. I never had my stomach get upset. So I knew it had a lot to do with the antibiotic. And I had probiotics in the house, so I started taking those. And once I got off the antibiotic, I did my 5 days on it and got off. I felt improvement, a lot of improvement in my digestive tract. I did fix peppermint tea for my stomach and had that for about 3 days. And I fixed herbal tea. I have 1 glass a day. I had milk in the house, a half gallon. I didn't want to waste it. I had a cup to a cup and a half until it was gone each day. Haven't bought milk again. Use cream cheese. I had dairy meat in the house. What I've done, I've taken a tablespoon of cream cheese, roll it up in the deli meat, and 3 of them, sprinkle some seasoning over it. So I'm using my seasonings, using my herbal teas. Today I had skipped lunch, didn't feel like lunch. I napped, went grocery shopping, should have got my cream cheese and roast beef snack, and I didn't do it. And by the time I got to the grocery store, drove all the way into town, I was both thirsty and hungry. So I got a 16 ounce, 300 calories and something milk. I forget how many ounces. I think 16 ounces. Yeah, 16 ounces. It was 2 cups. Or no. Yeah, 2 cups of milk today. And of course that spiked out my carbohydrates. My cheese, they say eggs have 1 carb in them. Usually my carbs have been running between 0 to 10. I haven't seen anything over 10. I keep a diary, journal, carnivore lifestyle journal. I keep track of my mood, my weight in the morning, how I feel, my health is next, and then my mood for the day, or when I wake up, or whatever, when I enter in my journal. Then I have notes on if I'm buried or I have issues or I'm having trouble, or even my positive things that I've done or things that I think were a good idea on handling it, this lifestyle. And I started putting my food diary in there, but I remembered I had my MyFitnessPal account. I forgot my password. I just set up a new account. And I do use a scale, not for portion control. I use a scale so that I keep an accurate food diary. In fact, it's been great. I keep it on MyFitnessPal. It's free. Maybe later I might upgrade on that account, but right now for free, hey, it's doing the job. And what I'm finding is I'm really not eating enough, and I'm not hungry. And I when I stall out, I probably will stall out because I'm not eating enough protein and fat. So I'm finding that very interesting. And I'm not eating enough calories either, as far as MyFitnessPal says, you're not getting enough calories. So that's been surprising. So that's nice that all of that carbohydrates and your protein and your fats and all that comes up, and you got a little graph on your fats compared to your carbs and everything else. So the only time my carbs have been over 10 was when I was drinking milk. And so that's been really, really, really nice to have that. Once you enter your food that you're eating, you don't have to enter it again. You just go and put a check mark to it and add it to breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or your snack. I had chorizo before I started this. So there was a lot of things I still had in the refrigerator and things that I have that I just didn't have the heart to just throw out. So, of course, I had cheese, and lots of cheese. I still have lots of cheese, but not using it like I used to. I had sour cream, had to throw it out. Some people are using sour cream on this. I went ahead and got a very small container to see whether I really want it or not. So we'll see if I use it or not. So besides the cream cheese that I had, the chorizo was beef chorizo, but I found out it has soy in it, and I really don't. I know soy can cause skin conditions sometimes. So today I went grocery shopping and I got chorizo without soy. Chorizo's organ meats are in it. This particular brand is a beef, and it has paprika, garlic, and maybe salt or something else in it. That's pretty simple, other than the organ meats. Not much to it, so which is good. I heat up about I call it a dollop. I don't know what you call it. There's the one I had before was like 9 servings, and I got 8, I think, 8 breakfasts out of it. Constantly the same breakfast every morning. It's worked out for me. And I put half a cup of cheese. I scrambled the eggs, cracked the eggs into it once it's heated up, the chorizo. Scramble the eggs, add the cheese, let the cheese melt, put it in a bowl. Might add some salt. I usually add just a little bit of salt, not much red bean salt. And then sometimes I felt like putting butter on it. Other times I didn't put the butter on it. I had a teaspoon of butter. At times it just tasted better with a little bit of butter on it. So that's what I was having for breakfast. There's the other breakfasts I've had is 3 eggs. Started out with 2. I've gone up to 3 eggs because I knew I wasn't getting enough protein. So I went up to 3 eggs and 6 small sausages, that I got from Costco. I got a chuck roll from Costco, butchered it up. I mean, really, in the negative way. I had watched some videos on how to cut up a chuck roast and get steaks and roasts and stuff out of it. Well, I didn't watch enough of them. I found some better ones, and I hopefully when I buy my next chuck roll again, I think I'll get one a month. And the next one I get, I won't butcher it up so badly. So, but I did make tallow from it. It's in the refrigerator. From after making the tallow, I made cracklings from the leftover, what was left over with the fat. Put it in the air fryer. Ate it the next day. Just popped it in the microwave for 30 seconds, and that was my snack. It was good. I was surprised how good it was. I seasoned it up, of course, a little bit. So I heard the term dirty carnivore, so I guess that's what you would call me. And I think it's a good way to start out. You're eliminating all your carbs. You're eliminating, well, the normal carbs that you would eat, the bread, pasta, all of that stuff. And you're cutting out the sugar from fruits, from all the processed foods and stuff like that. So to include your spices, maybe herbal tea. I mean, some people totally, my son-in-law is just doing water. He's not drinking anything but water. I find the herbal tea is refreshing. I have it iced. I don't drink it hot. I'll probably drink it hot later. It's still in the 90s here in Texas right now. So a cool drink is really nice. So having the herbal tea, the spices have been really nice. And the cream cheese, and that's it on the dairy right now. It's just sour cream and cream cheese. And like I said, I hadn't even used sour cream until I bought it today, but I haven't used it on anything yet. I have seafood. I had shrimp in the house already. Had that tonight for dinner. And so anyhow, I'm going to wrap this up. The one other thing I want people to remember is not just your physical, your mental, and your psychological. Take care of your spiritual self. This will be the only time I will mention this, that when I talk about spiritual self, I'm not talking about going to church or a religion or anything. I'm talking about your relationship with the divine being. I've been very fortunate the last 5 years that my relationship with my Savior has given me love and a peace that I've never had before. I love people. It's woken me up emotionally and my empathy for others. And the biggest thing is I can love myself, not in an egotistical way, but I can value myself. I have confidence. I have self-esteem that I never had before. So these are important things that you need in how you treat other people, and getting rid of the regrets in your life is important. Forgiving yourself, forgiving other people. And you do that because a lot of those things can affect your health. If you're holding a grudge and you're not forgiving somebody, or you hate somebody, these things can affect your health. So take care of your spiritual self. And, do what you need to do. It's your journey. And you need to take care of all aspects of your life. So I will wrap this up. I will be recording every Friday from now on. I will not go over 10 minutes. If I post this on Facebook, it will be in December on my 90-day mark. It will not be to get subscriptions. It will not be for look at me. It will be because I want to encourage other people and see the results, and encourage others like many have encouraged me from their YouTube videos, especially women my age, and with similar issues and similar health issues, and wondering, guys, this can't be right. I mean, come on. And to see these women a year, 2, 5 years, 10 years after, and they're still living this lifestyle, and they're not finding it difficult, and they've lost weight, their hair, their face, no longer on medications. So there's got to be something to this. So I will tell you, by my 90-day trial, which I was only going to do for two months, but it seems the optimal time is 3 months to see if this is really going to work for you. That's the reason I would do it, because I will not do it before then. I don't need criticism. I don't need to be told that I'm doing something wrong. This is a trial. I'm seeing how this works. So far, it's working, and I'm happy with it. So we'll see at the end of 90 days whether I make changes or how successful I've been. And if people, I haven't decided if I would allow comments or not, but if you leave a comment on somebody's page, don't leave a negative comment. Don't tell them how wrong they are. Just give, if you have something that you really believe in, show people how right you are, not how wrong somebody else is. So, like I said, I haven't decided, but we'll see in 90 days. If you see week number 3, that means that I've had done my 90-day, and I will post 1 a week of my adventure. Good evening, good day, wherever you are, and may God bless.